Hi all, many thanks for joining me. I hope the audio and the video are working okay. If not, do shout up at any time. This session, I'll try my best to stick to 15 minutes. Obviously advertised as 15 minutes and I'll really try and stick to that. So it's just to fly through the learning zone at the PE classroom and to show you how you can use it for you and your GCSE PE pupils, perhaps for distance learning, but also in the run up to exams and in the classroom as well. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to share my screen with you now. And I'm going to go to the site. Just bear with me. Okay, so I'm on the website now, so the peclassroom.com, and I'm sure some of you have taken a look at the site before. Some of you may have used the resource packages. You might have had a look at the learning zone already. We've sort of had a redesign of the site over the past few weeks for the first time in a couple of years since we started up 2.5 years ago. So it will be a little bit new for everybody. But for the learning zone for GCSE PE, we're really sort of focusing that as a focal point for the site at the moment. And in order to enter that, you just need to scroll down the easiest way. And then we've got the free courses as part of the learning zone here. So AQA, Edexcel GCSE PE and OCR GCSE PE. If you do start to use the learning zone with your pupils, so you'll be able to log into the site. Your pupils will also get logins in order to log in and complete work and go through videos and content, exam questions. When your pupils log in, it's just worth mentioning, they can just log in at the top here. This would say log in rather than log out. And after they've logged in, they'll be redirected straight to their course. So they won't need to navigate around the site in any way. They'll just get straight into their course after logging in. I'm going to open up each of these courses now, so AQA, Edexcel and OCR, and I'll just flick between each one a little bit, so you're getting a good overview of your exam board. So this is the AQA to begin with, but all three courses are similar in the way the layout exists. And we've got component 1 topics here. So we can see starting with the skeletal system, muscular system, and then we scroll down, we've got each topic, and then we move on to component 2, and we've got each topic of component 2 as well. The first 4 topics, so skeletal system, muscular system, cardiovascular system, and respiratory system for AQA, for example, they are sample units. So at the moment, you don't need any membership whatsoever in order to go and take a look at those topics. So you can, after this Zoom session or when you've got time, you can go and just click on these 4 topics and have a look at what's there and what's to offer and have a think about how it might benefit your pupils. I'll open up skeletal system. So first topic is skeletal system, and it's similar format for each topic. We've got a few lessons. So we've got functions and bones of the body, types of joint and synovial joints. There's then always a set of exam questions, and then there's always a 10-mark quiz. So I'm going to click on the first topic, so functions and bones of the body. And we can see for this topic, we've got a video which covers everything that pupils need to know for that particular topic. And the videos are usually about sort of between 3 and 6 minutes long, depending on the topic. And then after the video, there's a number of sort of tables and other resources just to help pupils with their sort of revision. So for this one, it is key things that they need to know. So the functions of the skeletal system, they need to know those 6 functions for AQA, GCSE PE. The bones of the body, they obviously need to know, and then they need to be able to classify bones as well. So it's a few bits of key information from this video. I'll just play so we can see this video is 6 minutes long, and it introduces the topic, the skeletal system, and then there's lots of sort of visual stimulus, tables, and there's a voiceover obviously as you go through to talk pupils through this particular topic. I'll I'll go to Edexcel now, and I'll pick a different topic for Edexcel. So I'll pick one from component 2. I'll just go with guidance. So this is Edexcel GCSE, just to show you another topic. This is the unit content. So we've got types of guidance, and then there's exam questions on guidance and a quiz on guidance as well. So I'm going to go to the lesson page. And again, we can see we've got a video here. So 3 minutes 50 this time. And again, introduction to the topic, tables, examples of each type of guidance. So again, everything that your pupils need to know. And then I'm sure it'll move on to advantages and disadvantages of guidance after each type of guidance has been introduced. So again, as we scroll down, types of guidance in a nice, neat table for pupils to use for revision and learning, and then advantages and disadvantages and examples as well. So that's the topics, and you'll be able to have a look at the sample content as part of the lessons. For exam questions, so I'll go to OCR now, muscular system, and we'll go to exam questions here. And there's always a number of exam questions for pupils to have a go at. So we can see here that there's screenshots of actual exam questions from the past few years. There's usually sort of between about 3 and 8 questions, depending again on the topic, the unit. So teachers who are already using the site and pupils, they use the exam questions in different ways. I know some teachers like to use it in class, so they'll get pupils to open up the exam questions either on their mobile, which it works great with mobiles, a tablet, or they'll put it on the screen at the front of class, and they'll get pupils to write down their answers before going through the feedback together, which is shown at a video on the bottom of the page. Many other teachers like to set this for homework or for revision, and they ask pupils to have a go at the questions and then mark their own work with using this video, which is a voiceover of the mark scheme for each question. And that's the video showing the answer. So it's talking through, so pupils are getting that instant feedback. They know whether they've achieved the marks, and they know if they haven't, what they need to do next time. What lots of pupils do, so a little useful tool, is this take notes section in the bottom right of the page. This is part of every single page within the learning zone. So they can pupils can make notes on the videos and the voiceovers of the lesson pages. And then we find, particularly for the exam questions, pupils like to write out their answers in this area here, and then they can play the video and they're getting that instant feedback, and they can mark their own work. I'll show you later on also how you can look at the notes that your pupils have been making. So these exam questions, we obviously had feedback from teachers, and we found that they really sort of pupils enjoy and teachers enjoy the instant feedback that they're getting with this video. So I'd say that's a really key part of the learning zone. So we've got the videos, we've got the quizzes, but these exam questions and the instant feedback is so important for pupil revision and their exam technique. Right, I'll go back to AQA then, and I'll just show you a quiz as well. So I'll pick a different topic again. I'll go to the respiratory system. And again, we've got lessons, exam questions, and a quiz. Quizzes are always 10 marks, and there's a range of different questions. What we didn't want to do is a lot of sites, they just have sort of standard multiple choice questions where you're selecting one answer. It's only sort of getting pupils to think so much. So we wanted a range of different questions, such as this one here, where we've got diagrams and pupils need to sort and drag and drop key terms into the correct area. There are some multiple choice questions such as this, but this one, for example, it's not just picking one of 4 answers. You've got to select all of the correct answers. So there might be 2 or 3 correct answers from the list. And pupils do need to do a bit of thinking and understand the topic in order to get that right. There's questions where you have to sort the answers into the correct order, which again, like you're not going to get that right unless you understand the topic. And then there are some questions where you're just selecting one answer. So there are a range of different question types. Again, you can track the results of your pupils' quizzes, and I'll come on to that now in terms of showing you how to do it. So that's the learning zone. And again, you can take a look at the 4 initial topics, the first 4 topics, without logging in or needing a membership or anything like that. In terms of setting up your pupil accounts, your pupil logins, I'll show you how to do that now. So as soon as we make you a class teacher or a group leader, we call it, on the site, you will see this My Classes tab over here on the home page. And if we click on that, that's where you manage your class. So if you've got more than one class, you can just go to the drop down here and go between your classes. You could have a 2 year 10 classes and a year 11 class, for example. Your pupils will be listed here, and your teachers will be listed down here. To add another teacher, we just go to add group leader, and they will get an email with their login details for the site. To add pupils, we just go to users, add multiple, first name, last name, email, and again, your pupils will get an email with their login details. However, we've also got another way of adding pupils, which we found most teachers like, and it seems to be the simplest method. And that's, we can just send you a link, a website link, which you can pass on to your pupils. So you can email that out to your pupils, for example. All your pupils need to do is click the link and they'll come to this page here. They can just put in their first name, last name, their username can be an email address, repeat the email address, and then come up with a password. Register their account, and they've then registered for the website, and they will automatically become part of your class. So that is probably the simplest way of signing up your pupils. Right, I'll go back to the My Classes area again. And if we go back to this My Classes tab and we go down to quiz results, this is where we can monitor the progress of our pupils. So we select the class. So I'm going to select my class Sporting Stars, and it will come up with their course automatically, it should do. And then I'm going to pick a quiz, which I know there are some results for. So I'll go to the Skeletal System quiz, and the results will come up down here. So we've got the quiz score of each pupil who has had a go at that quiz. So we've got 50%, 60%, 70%, 50%. So I'm starting to get an idea of if my pupils understand the topic, or they need to go back over it and we need to revise that topic again. It might be that you have a go at these quizzes in the classroom. Some teachers do that, and again, pupils can use their mobile phones or any device for that. Lots of teachers set these for homework, or at the moment for distance learning, for example, and then they use the quiz results area to check that their pupils have had a go and see how they've got on. For overall progress on the course, so this is a useful little tool as well. I'll select my class again. It will come up with the course, and then I can now see the overall percentage completed from the course. So this is giving an absolute overview of how many pages pupils have clicked on the course, basically, and that includes quizzes, exam questions, and lesson pages. So if I've been asking pupils to use the site for revision, and this will be particularly important as we build towards exams, I can start to understand if they're using the site. If they're only on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5%, I know they've not used the site very much. If they're getting up to 50, 60, 70%, then I know they're finding it a useful tool, and they're definitely using the website for revision. Finally then, I'll go back to the My Classes tab, and I'll go to pupil notes this time. So this is how I look at any notes that have been made in any lesson page, any exam questions page from my pupils. So I can click on a pupil, Andy Murray, And I can see that he's made notes on one page only, the skeletal system exam questions. And it might be that I've asked my class to have a go at these exam questions and give themselves some feedback or mark the questions themselves. So I'll click on skeletal system exam questions. All I do now is scroll to the bottom of the page, and these are the answers that my pupils have written down. And what I can do as well is, if I want to, is write some feedback for pupils. So I can write in this notes page, and then your pupils will receive that within the notes section of the learning zone. So that is another option if you wanted to mark the work or the exam questions of your pupils, but you can also just look at this for a general overview. What I will do then, that's everything I wanted to show you. What I will do shortly following this session is send out an email asking if you would like to take up the free trial of 3 weeks. And if you are keen to do that and start to set up your pupil logins, the only thing we need from you is shown just here. We need to know the exam board that you use for GCSE PE, and then also just a name for each class so you can recognise each class. So for example, here we've got Mr. Smith year 10 and Mrs. Brown year 11. And you can have as many classes as you need to. As well as that, just for each member of staff for the class, we just need an email address so that they can obviously log in as well and monitor the progress of their class. So we just need an email address, the name of the class and the exam board, and we'll get you set up and ready to go. So I really hope that was useful and just giving sort of a real initial sort of insight. And you can obviously go onto the site and look at those sample pages as well. If you've got any questions, then feel free to unmute now and ask away. So I'll stay here for a little bit longer. If you haven't got any questions, then I will send you an email. You'll get an email shortly. But again, if you've got any questions at all, then feel free to unmute and ask away.